It's the radio guy, Mike Prince, the day after Christmas. Welcome to today's episode. Of course, we come to you on a daily basis here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Our social media handles are Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter are at The Mike Prince Show. The YouTube channel is Open Mic Broadcast Network. Our 24-hour dialing message line, 713-570-6736. And without any further delay, we're going to jump right back into today's episode. Hope that you've had a wonderful Christmas holiday season with you and your loved ones. Hope you appreciated our little skit on yesterday. If coaches were honest or could be honest, found a little humor in that. But with today being the busiest day in retail as far as returns and exchange of items, it made me kind of think in a little parody on whomever your team is, regardless of the conference that they're representing. If you could return a game of your said team, which game would that be? Would there be multiple games? But let's just limit it to one game that you could return on the season. Which game would that be? I'm pretty sure if you're a PV fan, there are a couple that are sticking out in your head. But the one game that I would like to exchange in return for a better result would be the Nicholls State game. That game was ever so close, but it's the one that got away. And of course, Nicholls State went on to play in the FCS playoffs. That would have been a quality win, a signature win for the Panthers. Jag Nation, I think I know the game that you would have loved to exchange. I'm going to go out on a limb and say the SWAC championship game. I would love to hear from you to share your thoughts on this said subject on today. The message line is 713-570-6736. Which game would you exchange? And remember, it can only be one. Upon further review about the big deal that's going on with the SEC, ABC, and ESPN, I was slightly misinformed when I said the $350 million price tag that ABC has placed on the SEC's opportunity for broadcast rights. That was $350 million per season. Sources are now saying that this deal could increase to even more money, $400 million per season, which makes it even more extravagant and a more understandable reason of why CBS said enough is enough. Reports are saying that CBS had gotten up to $300 million per year. Sources are also saying that CBS was more turned off with the addition of Texas A&M and Missouri to the SEC, which was part of their decision making. And then they decided that this is getting too rich for their blood, and they backed out of it. We're taking a poll right now. It's a little short one-day poll on Twitter. If the SEC was worth $350 million per year. And when you look at the dynamics and understand what is truly at stake, one might make you say, yes, it is. Here's the explanation behind that. Remember, CBS, Fox, and NBC are major players when it comes to the NFL. ESPN slash ABC are very low on the rankings when it comes to NFL coverage. Now, depending on who you ask, the SEC is truly the minor leagues when it comes to quality of play in college. So, in essence, it would make sense for ESPN to get this feather in their cap and land the SEC. Meanwhile, CBS says, you know what? We have the NFL. We're not going to put all of that resource, funding, and everything else that goes with a live game day production. You guys can have it. Oh, and by the way, we still have the March Madness because they know what it takes. They know what their profit of margin is. Meanwhile, ESPN, a lot of people get tripped up on this, but ESPN is right now, if you go back and look at reviews and ratings, the ESPN coverage of the NFL is the low man. Part of that, at least from my angle, is because you have to pay to watch NFL on ESPN. All the other platforms that we mentioned, CBS, NBC, Fox, you can watch all of those games on quote unquote free TV. Simply mean with or without a service provider, I can get an HD open air antenna and be able to enjoy my NFL. Not the case on Monday nights. When Monday Night Football, strictly on the ABC platform, made its mark in this country with Monday Night Football. How many of you guys are old enough to remember Howard Cosell with the halftime highlights, going back and forth over the games? And of course, with very limited availability of other teams, that Monday Night Football was truly an experience. So we'll see how all these pieces begin to come together. And usually when a move like this is made, as we mentioned a couple of days ago, there's going to be a shift in the landscape of football coverage from a collegiate standpoint as we once upon a time knew it. Could this open up an opportunity for the Pac-12 to get on board with CBS? There's an awful lot of free money right now for CBS to do multiple things and come out ahead despite losing, or should I say giving up, the SEC. So as the world turns in college football, we'll continue to turn right along with it. We're working on some special guests to be a part of us for this week and possibly on the Sunday night episode of the Mike Prince Show. In case you had not heard, we are live on Sunday nights, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Go from 9 to 10 p.m. and we talk with coaches from across the country. We recap games and forecast games as they're coming. We have Johnny Football Cole comes in from time to time and gives his football analysis. Be sure to check us out on the Mike Prince Show live Sunday nights, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. I am going to exit stage left for right now. As always, we appreciate you guys. We appreciate your feedback. And we appreciate the opportunity to share with you on a daily basis. I've got to go right now. But until the next time, You guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.